Should billionaires be forced to give away half their wealth? Or did they earn the right to keep it? You might be surprised to hear that in some countries around the world, this is already a reality. In this video, we're going to take a look at 2 countries that are doing exactly that. But before we do, I want you to vote in the poll. Should billionaires be forced to give away half their wealth? Or did they earn the right to keep it? In today's global economy, there are over 2 billion people living in extreme poverty. Extreme poverty being less than $1.90 a day. And yet, there are 2,755 billionaires in the world today with a combined wealth of $12.7 trillion. Just over half of the world's wealth is held by just 1% of the population, while 42% of the world's population holds no more than 7% of the world's wealth. The richest 10% of the population has more than 88% of all the wealth, and the richest 1% has $43.6 trillion. Almost half of all the wealth held by the top 1% is in the form of property, and a further 35% is held in the form of stocks and shares. So if we take the combined wealth of the top 1%, strip out the value of their property portfolios and their stock and share portfolios, what would the number be? How much actual liquid wealth do they have? Well, according to a recent report, it would be somewhere in the region of $25 trillion. So the question I want to ask you is, should the rich be forced to give half their wealth to the poor? In many countries around the world, the answer to this question is yes. In the United States, the richest man in the country, Elon Musk, currently has a personal wealth of $248 billion. If he was forced to give half his wealth to the poor, that would mean giving away $124 billion. Now, obviously, he's not going to be doing that anytime soon. But what about in other countries around the world? Well, in Spain, there is a law which states that any donations made by a billionaire are tax deductible. Now, Spain isn't forcing the rich to give away their wealth, but they are incentivizing it. The idea is that if you're rich and you donate to charity, it will be deducted from your taxes. The problem with this, though, is that it only benefits those charities that the rich choose to donate to, which could be themselves, or their friends, or their families. So in reality, it's not really benefiting anybody else other than the rich. They're just reducing their tax bill. However, in one country in South America, the situation is very different. In Ecuador, the government has passed a law which says that all Ecuadorians who have a net worth of at least $40 million will be taxed an annual wealth tax of 0.5%. This means that the richest 0.0002% of the population will be funding the country's new healthcare system. And the government is planning to spend the money on providing free healthcare for all Ecuadorians. Now, obviously, this isn't quite the same thing as forcing the rich to give half their wealth to the poor. But what it does mean is that the rich can't just keep all their wealth for themselves. They have to give something back to society. In theory, this should benefit everyone in society, not just the poor. Everyone should have access to health care, regardless of whether they're rich or poor. But it does make you wonder, should other countries around the world follow Ecuador's lead? Should they introduce a wealth tax on the rich? Or is this just a form of communism? I'll let you decide. What do you think? Should billionaires be forced to give away half their wealth? Or did they earn the right to keep it? And how do you think other countries around the world will react to this? Will they introduce similar wealth taxes on the rich? If you want to see more videos like this, stay tuned. We upload weekly videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays.